Today's list of Panama Papers actually involves resident Indians who have set up offshore entities in several of these tax havens much before even the Reserve Bank of India announced the liberalized remittance scheme in February 2004. Mossack Fonseca, the registered agent headquartered in Panama, which had acted as the registered agent for all these resident individuals, whether it knew or not the economic regime in India, but it did allow all these resident individuals to set up offshore entities abroad. We have definitely come across more than 20 names where individuals have set up entities in Bahamas and in British Virgin Islands in 1990s and in 2000s. So essentially we are looking at an era when resident individuals were not allowed to take money out of India. These were also the times before 2000 when the Draconian Foreign Exchange Regulation Act was in place in India. The FRA, as you all know, was aimed at conserving foreign exchange in India and also actually looked at people who have taken money out as criminal offenders and they were subject to criminal prosecution. So what it essentially shows is that Indians were not really unaware of the tax havens and the kind of lax jurisdiction which these tax havens provided, where there was not really much say stringent measures to look at identity, to ask bona fide questions or even seek greater disclosures by residents anywhere in the world. The profile of the individuals who have set up such entities is also interesting. It can be a person who ventures into the shipping industry, it can be a person who claims to be an NRI, or it can be a person who is just a name lender. So in at least two of these cases, which is kind of representative of what was happening during those years, the two individuals said that they didn't know about the entities that have been set up. So that is quite strange. We have come across Nirmala Murthy, a Coimbatore resident, who's 80 years old, who's an academician, who says that she doesn't even know that an entity like this exists in British Virgin Islands. Similarly, a person in Mumbai has said that he was asked, his employer actually put his name as a shareholder and as a director in a company in British Virgin Islands. So if you look at the pattern, there have been people who have acted as say as a director, or who have facilitated individuals setting up companies, taking shareholding in such offshore entities. So clearly tax havens as a place where Indians could park money without any questions, or also as a place where you can avoid the glare of the income tax authority or even the Reserve Bank of India, was in existence much before the liberalized remittance scheme of the Reserve Bank of India came into place. So we have looked at these files in detail and the investigation is still on, and these 20 names, that 20 odd names that we have come across, maybe they are just a representative of what had happened in the 90s and 2004 and the early 2000s, and there are many more registered agents and many more resident Indian individuals who possibly took the offshore route during the 90s when we had a very stiff regime where money couldn't be taken out of the country.